Hello, fellow residents of Tamriel. It is the Beeve, and we are back again with another updated Stam build video from the videos we put up a couple weeks ago, showing showing the difference, if there, if any, between update 41 and update 42. This build has changed from update 41, or from 40 to 41. So let's just get into it real quick here. This is a Stamina Nightblade. I've chosen Khajiit for this a long time ago. Uh, Khajiit with Nightblade makes it really easy to get to that crit cap. So it's nice to be able to sit right at that 125% crit cap. But you do give up some weapon and spell damage that you would get if you had the an orc or a dark elf, which would, either one of those would be higher damage outputs. This particular build right here is hitting between uh, 103 to 105. I've seen it hit 107. So I mean, there's a lot of damage produced by this particular build, even with this being a Khajiit. Uh, so let's go over character sheet right quick here. Buffed up. Why does that look weird? Got all my stuff on here, right? Oh, yeah, okay. It's because I don't have. Let's go do this right quick. Let's get our merciless resolve all the way up here. So it's at full stacks. So now we will be fully buffed. And we are looking at weapon damage of 5519, a critical of 62.5, and a penetration of 3674. My potion just dropped off, as you see there. We are using Bewitched Sugar Skulls with this, so we got 25k in health, just under 30k in stamina, and almost 20k in maximum magicka. Resistances are the only thing that will be a little bit of a question mark for this build. If you're running it the way that I'm about to show you, there are different ways to run it to keep your major resolve up. We'll go through all that here before the end of the video, but your resistances are going to be your biggest question mark with this build, in my opinion, especially being a stam tune where you have to be basically stuck to the boss's hip pocket. We are putting all of our points into stamina. Like I said, we are using the Bewitched Sugar Skulls, and we are using the Thief Mundus Stone. Our gear is the same as we've been seeing. It's the Maelstrom Perfected Great Sword on the back bar with a infused trait and weapon and spell damage enchantment. Our front bar set is going to be our Aegis Collar set. We're going to have two daggers, one Nern honed on the front hand or on the main hand with the flame damage enchantment, and one charged with poison damage enchantment on the offhand. Our jewelry is all Aegis Collar as well, all of which are in Bloodthirsty with weapon and spell damage enchantments. The Aegis Collar is a medium armor set that is found in Unhallowed Grave. Of course, the Maelstrom Greatsword is found in Maelstrom Arena, just in case anybody doesn't know that. That's the arena in Rothgar. We are using Zaun Head and Shoulders. There is a monster helm that you get for completing Scale Color Peak on Vet, and you can the Undaunted Orc, the Orc Girl in the Undaunted Enclave is where you can use your keys to get the shoulders. Both of these are in Divine with maximum stamina glyphs. I do need to change this. We've been over this before, but I'm going to say it again. The Zon right now I have pauldrons instead of I should have epaulets. I should be wearing six medium and one light. I'm wearing six medium and one heavy. So um, you definitely want to get this in light, but you still want it to be in divine, and you want it to have the maximum stamina enchantment on it. Our five-piece body set that we are wearing is Reliquins, a medium armor set that is found in Cloud Rest Trial. All of these are in Divine with a max stamina glyphs on those as well. The Reliquins, as we've went over before, does require you to be very good with light attack weaving to keep the stacks on it up. If you're not good at light attack weaving, you can go with Coral Riptide out of the Vet Dreadsail Reef, and or you could go with Anzel's Torment out of Vet Sanity's Edge. Either are good options. The Vet Sanity's Edge one, the Anzel's Torment, is more situational. It gives you a flat 7% more increased damage, and then if you interrupt something, you get another 7% on top of that for 10 seconds. So it's more situational. Probably really good in like arenas and things like that, where you're going to be interrupting things. But a lot of times in trials and four-man content, you're not interrupting things enough to really make the Anzel's Torment work as well as it could. But regardless, it's still good for just the flat 7% that you get from it, and the three-piece Miter Slayer perk that all the trial sets give you as well. The Coral Riptide would be good in that situation as well, especially with this tune. Even with the Bewitched Sugar Skulls on, I don't have any I don't have any stamina issues whatsoever with recovery. And I honestly think if I had the Coral Riptide on here, I could play the stamina mini game pretty well with this particular tune, with the ability to give yourself resources back with this rotation that I'm about to show you. So I can keep my stamina, real close to full all the time with this setup, and not have any type of recovery food. Now, obviously, if you do have recovery issues, you can use some dubious Cameron Throne for health and stamina recovery. You can use Artam Takeaway Broth, which is way too expensive, to be honest with you, but I mean, it is an option. It's just a tad bit better than dubious. So, and I really mean a tad bit better. And then there is the Lava Foot Soup and Saltrice, which will give you all max stamina and stamina recovery, but no health. So there are other options for food if you do have problems sustaining. But the way I have this set up, I don't have any problems sustaining. But to got off track there, sorry. The Coral Riptide could be a really good option for this build, and not have to worry about light attack weaving. Um, if you don't have access to trials, you could always go with like Pillars and Urn on the body, which is a medium armor set out of Falkreath Hold. Uh, you're not going to get the as high a damage numbers as you were seeing that you're going to see in these videos here, but it will still be strong regardless, and it'll give you decent DPS output, plenty enough to clear any vet content other than some of the harder DLC trials or whatnot. So just food for thought there, everyone. In our champion tree, we are running Wrathful Strikes, Deadly Aim, Master at Arms, and Untamed Aggression. These are all my slotted ones. You would definitely want to make sure that you're filling in all the you know passive all the passive trees that you can find in here, or constellations you can find in here that don't require to be slotted. There's a bunch over here: Flawless Ritual, War Mage, Battle Mastery, Mighty, Piercing. So like, make sure you get all the ones that all the ones that you can that don't require you to be slotted, but make sure you're getting at least all the getting all slaughtered that you can get slaughtered. We're not going to run Fighting Finesse or Backstabber because we are Khajiit and we are a Nightblade. We're already sitting really close or right at the crit cap number, so we'll never have to worry about putting any of these on in situations for the most part. Uh, if you don't like Untamed Aggression, as we said before, you can always go with Explorer for off balance enemies, and the Weapons Expert if you wanted to for more damage done with your light and heavy attacks. So it's got a little wiggle room with this particular build right here. More so too when it comes to skills, which we're going to go over now. Uh, we are using Stampede, and this is the ability that procs our Maelstrom Greatsword. We're using Barb Trap for its bleed, for its initial hemorrhaging hit, and for the minor force that it provides us. Right here, I'm using Debilitate. This isn't morphed up all the way, but it does damage over time. It's a magica ability, so it's not draining our stamina whatsoever. It does decent damage. It has a higher chance of applying the overcharge status effect. Twisting Path works here very well also, and so does Carve from the two-hand line. I like the Debilitate a little bit more than the rest. Like the Debilitate is using Magicka instead of Stamina. It's putting out a decent damage, and it's got a 20-second uptime on it. So it's right in line with everything else that I'm throwing down. A couple of these can be just a couple of these spots can be flex spots for a lot of people. Like I have caltrops here. You can put something else here if you wanted to, vigor or something like that to heal yourself or whatnot. Um, I have caltrops here just for when I'm like parsing on like the 3 mil and I want to provide major breach for myself. Siphoning attacks. I have this on both bars, so once again, you don't have to have this on both bars. While it's slotted on either bar, it works. And this got a little bit of it's different now. It's buffed, where like you don't have to like toggle this on and off anymore. Like this always is on, and anytime you activate it, you will trade 4,000 health for uh, 2,600 magicka and stamina, which is how we are easily can sustain with this build using Bewitched Sugar Skulls. Also, whenever you just have this slotted, all of your all of your damage heals you for 1,350 health and restores magic and stamina up to 170 magic and stamina up to once every second. So this is really nice for your sustain as well. But you only need this on bar. I have it on two at the moment. I have incapacitating strikes on both bars. Once again, this is something I probably don't need on both bars, but this is just how I have it set up at the moment. This is really nice because right now I have more than 120 ultimate. So this deals 17,000 damage, and it causes the enemy to take 20% more damage for 12 seconds and stuns them for 3 seconds. You can still cast this at 70 ultimate, but then it only lasts for 8 seconds. So instead of the 12 seconds of the 20% more damage, it goes to 8 seconds. But if you wait out another 50 ultimate, you get another 4 seconds on your uptime of that 20% more damage. I'm still casting it at 70 because the 8 seconds you get is more than enough for bursting. On our front bar, we are using Dark Shade. This is just 22 seconds of passive damage. Just stays out there, whirlwinds around, strikes at anything he finds. Provides minor maim, so nice little ability right here, and it's just nice passive damage. It's pet damage basically. Rapid strikes. Once again, this is our main spammable. This is what we're dealing all of our damage with. Uh, cool thing about the Nightblade right now is that You don't have to go with rapid strikes if you don't want to. You can use surprise attack. The difference in damage is very little, to be honest with you. So if you were wanting to run a class ability as a spammable, you can do so instead of the rapid strikes. The rapid strikes just does a little bit more damage, but the nice thing about the running the surprise attack is that this is a shadow ability. So every time you cast it, which is going to be repeatedly, you'd be giving yourself major resolve for 6 seconds, which is going to help with the we were talking earlier with the physical and spell resistance. So if you went with the surprise attack rather than the rapid strikes, you would be losing a tad bit of damage, but you'd be providing yourself with major resolve for the majority of the fights that you were in. We are using Killer's Blade here. This is our execute. I like to start using this at about 30%, to be honest with you. That's when it starts outperforming everything else. That's when you get to 30%, this is doing more damage than rapid strikes. It's also doing more damage in your relentless focus when it's procs. So keep that in mind as well. Next is our relentless focus. This is our ability that our light and heavy attacks stack, and while they stack up, for every stack it has, you get 80 weapon and spell damage, and you know that weapon and spell damage kind of, I mean, it just doesn't go away, honestly. So like that's 400 more weapon and spell damage at 5 stacks. But when it is at 5 stacks, you can consume them on fire a spectral arrow that does just a boatload of damage and heals as well. So during the fights, like when this procs after it gets to its 5 stacks, I am firing it off. When I get to execute phase, I stop doing that. I let that 400 weapon and spell damage, stay stacked for the killer's blade. That way, I'm getting the most damage out of my execute phase with my execute ability. Because at 30%, below, your killer's blade is doing more damage than that proc relentless focus, than that spectral bow is doing. Once again, siphoning tax here and incapacitating strikes. The rotation with this very simple. We call out our shade, and then I'll use charge, I'll use my trap, I'll use debilitate, and then I'll bar swap. Normally by that time my spectral bow is ready to be shot. It's been procced. So once I bar swap, I'll fire my bow, and then I will just start spamming my rapid strikes until the spectral bow procs again, and I'll just continue doing that until the charge has fallen off on the front bar. And once I've seen it fall off, I will reapply my shade. I will hit my R1 for my resources back from the siphoning strikes. I'll bar swap and start over. It sounds a little complicated, but once you get into it, it's really not. We're going to go ahead and hit this 3 mil right here and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So we're going to do shade, charge, trap, debilitate, bar swap, bow, and then we're going to rapid strike until the bow procs again. We're going to hit ultimates on cooldown. Just like so. Oops, wrong button. Rapid strike until that bow procs. Go back to rapid striking until that front of bar ability drops off. Shade, siphon, bar swap, start over. So as you can see, it's pretty simple. go into execute phase. We're only worried about our killer's strike or killer's blade. 44,999. Um, didn't apply any type of breach or anything, and I slowed my normal rotation down in that situation, just trying to explain it as well. But I mean, it's 45,000 with you know what what are we like? Let's see. 45,000 and being 15,000 behind on, penetration cap is pretty damn good. Plain and simple. That is all that we really need to go over with this. I will be attaching a parse at the end of this for the big dummy there to show you exactly what you can get on there. And it is it's another good and real nice single target damage. Not as good as the Sork is right now, but with a couple open slots on your bar there, you can always add some things in, try some different things for yourself. I've left you a little bit of wiggle room to do kind of what you want with this build, add abilities in or whatnot, and kind of go from there. But follow it the way that we have it right here. It easily hits 100K, and you can't complain about it. But thank you guys very much for tuning in. I appreciate it greatly. Keep an eye out for more of the Update 41 builds that we're going to be putting up. And if you like this video, or if this video helped you out, please like and even subscribe if you would. That would be wonderful. But until the next video, guys, thank you very much once again, and happy adventuring.